Sniffy hells.
Why am I sniffy hells?
Because the audio came back on you, Ed.
Because of all the cocaine you do.
Yeah. Cracky hells. Right. I don't know what do you want to do for this for the story for the.
What do you want to do for the story?
For the Instagram story, for the story, guys. What do you want to do? Yeah.
You don't want to do dumb shit with the kill stuff.
How about you wave at the respective cameras and then I can catch it over there? And like that, yeah.
Like really awkward.
It feels dead weird because it's just like waving at you.
Yeah, that's what you're doing, yeah. Wave at the cameras, everyone. That'll be fine.
Are we doing it now? Yeah.
Hi, everybody. We're over on Twitch. Look how professional we are. Look at these idiots. Come and join us. Goodbye.
Bye.
Right.
Oh no, a double chin line.
You did it, bye-bye.
Look at these idiots.
Right.
I was going to cover it.
I can see everything.
No.
Right. I'm going to be smart.
Come and join us.
I hate myself.
Hi, everybody.
I've even put a link in there.
Nave's on as well.
To the Twitch. Is he? What a leg end. What are those random warnings popping up in the
OBS
corner?
studio, reconnection successful.
Hooray. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, then. In that case, I believe it's time to dungeon and or dragon, if we're all right with that. Sorry, I got my password wrong.
Dragon Betty's dead body.
I've not even prepared a backup character. I'll just wing it.
I can't wait for another one just to die.
So last time,
Maureen.
Trust me,
we followed the enigmatic Boomer down into the depths, and on your way down there, he was looking for his.
we're offline.
For fuck's sake, why?
Ultra
I
perfect.
thought we'd sorted it lovely and good. It says
Wait, we're back. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
Rotten. Is it your internet? Is it you that's offline?
No, it just stopped doing it. I'm on their Wi-Fi. Being a bum.
Your phone's
Classic. So you followed Boomer down into the depths, and whilst down there, he was trying to locate his noble steed, known as Lumpy. And in the search for Lumpy, you guys should we get Lumpy on the combat cam. Chuck Lumpy over there.
Lumpy, yeah.
Leave Lumpy alone! In the search for Lumpy, you guys came across some of the, like, black puddings, realistically, is what they were, down here in the depths. So these, like, acidic, gloopy creature things. And you really didn't catch on what was going on there, but every time you used slashing damage, they chopped in half and made 2. Betty had a really difficult time and got absolutely nailed maybe 2 or 3 times.
And not in the good way either.
Not in a good way. Nailed by goop. And we saved Lumpy and we escaped that situation. Heading into the city, which, again, I've totally forgot its name. It was something to do with spiders, wasn't it?
Something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Arachnoa.
Arachniron.
Oh yeah, Arachnoa.
Like Ragnarok, but completely different.
Yeah, Arachniron, known locally as Rack. So you went down there, and there was it was quite an excited atmosphere and an announcement that there was something going on in the kind of central square. So you guys made your way there because it was closer and easier than doing anything else at the time. And we saw what's happening over there.
Lumpy is now queen of the sorry.
Okay. And we saw what you know as the baby eaters and what are known in the wider world as the Servants of Deducta. You recognised one person in particular, Cadrus the Killer, the main baby eater, if you will, the man who ate the baby in the original campaign. And he was on his hellhound, and he was accompanied by 2 cyclopses. They stretched the guy out, made him into a projector screen, and a message was relayed from Deducta himself.
Crusty old Deducta.
Crusty little fuck.
Yeah, he was right, Christy.
Long story short, Deducta is asking for help in a war that is coming, and he repeatedly said that Lathander, the god that's worshipped by the population of High Nobilis, is a false god, and he subjugated people to slavery, etc., etc. I'm going to retcon a little bit there because Ashley, aka Binks, described during game time actually that he wanted to like superglue Cadrus to his hellhound during Deducta's speech. I moved on quite quick because there was a narrative moment happening there, but the speech took about a minute and a half. So, and you're currently under a greater invisibility spell. So, do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Wasn't it super gluing his Pete's to the floor?
I want to super glue him to his dog and his dog to the floor.
Right, okay. Okay, cool. Because can you describe, please, the effect of that particular glue?
It's a viscous, milky white substance.
Ew.
It can form a permanent adhesive bond between any two objects. That just says how it must be stored. 1 ounce of the glue can cover a 1 foot square surface. The glue takes a minute to set. Once it has done so, the bond it creates can be broken only by the application of universal solvent or oil of etherealness or a wish spell.
Wow.
Jesus. How the hell did you get that?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Sparkles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was provided by your ethereal helper who isn't around right now. But Sparkles. So I'm going to say that you
Jeremy.
do
Yeah.
have the time to do that, and instead of them kind of walking away, it creates a weird, awkward moment where they're just kind of stuck there, and they're all waiting for Cadrus to like, make his dramatic leave, and he's just kind of like, "Come on, move," and his hellhound just isn't moving. It's just like, and it does like weird like tilt your head thing at him like. So they're just being awkward over there, and as that happened in the crowd, Betty made it quite clear that she don't like these guys who are up there, and in response, one of the guys near Boomer and Betty in the crowd, because they were the only ones that were there at the time, right? Jin, you were disguised.
I was invisible.
Invisible. Tavis, you were disguised. Sorry, weren't you?
I'm still disguised now as a druid.
Yeah. And Binks is up at the front, but also invisible. So one of them didn't, took a real dislike to you in particular, Betty, and went to attack you with a knife. So he's taking a full-on swipe at you. So I'll let you do a dexterity saving throw. I'm also going to roll to hit. So if you pass either in armor class or in your dexterity save, he's going to miss you. If not,
a reaction after this.
Yeah, you did say that you were holding it, weren't you?
There was a point of holding her as well.
Okay, cool.
He's literally using me as a meat shield.
I wasn't going to use it as a meat shield.
Okay, let's have a
Dex check.
Let's have a dex save. Please. Considering how are you holding her? Is it grappled?
There was a point to it.
You don't have disadvantage on that. So, what did you roll?
Oh God.
10. Okay, and he's going to try and stab. I'm not kidding. I've just rolled a natural 20 with that.
Oh, lucky.
Look, it's the Lord of the Rings dice. It's the one ring to rule them all. Wow.
Oh God.
See you, Betty.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
Do I? Oh, I can't even beat a natural 20, can I?
I mean, you're also holding her, so I don't know.
But I was going to do something.
Okay, cool. Well,
Do you want me to tell you what I was going to try and
go
do?
on.
So I was going to, as he was going towards her with the knife, I was going to say to her in her ear, "Trust me," and throw her towards Boomer, so the knife would hit me instead of her.
That'd take a specific reaction, though, wouldn't it? Like, do you have
A throw.
If you were a rogue, I'd probably say, like, you're going to be damn quick enough or something. Or if you had a specific reaction, like a parry, and you could basically reflavor it.
I think it's got a Barry.
you
Sorry.
Barry me away.
Sorry, yeah. Barry Betty away.
How many characters do you think I can get killed in 2024?
At least 2.
Spoiler? Oh, no, I guess it's already out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do have hold of her, don't I?
Yeah, you got hold of her.
Okay, cool.
Can I cast this spell when she gets stabbed?
Yes, so she has now been stabbed. This knife,
bad is it?
you caught it in your eye just before it went into Betty. It's like on the front end, it's like long curved, and the back edge is serrated. It's like dark purple. This is a evil looking knife. Well, you've got 22 points of piercing damage.
She did.
No need for the poison, but you spot like after on the wound, it's like, and this like dark purple like liquid.
Right. As she's going down and she's dying, I'll be like, and as I lay her down, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay, cool. Take another point of exhaustion, by the way.
Oh yeah. So am I alive now?
So you'll stabilize with whatever this health is.
That's 16 points of health.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
But I kind of tell you to stay dead on the floor.
And again, are you trying to do that really discreetly, or is it?
Yeah, discreetly.
Right. Okay. So roll a sleight of hand check for me, please.
And a point of exhaustion. Oh my god, I was already on 2.
No, you're not. You're on 1 because you took the.
Oh yeah, I haven't changed it, so I'm back on 2 again.
What is it? Dex.
Sleight of hand, please.
Oh, sleight of hand.
So you're trying to be sneaky.
I've got a +3, so it's a 20. Do it 20.
Okay, cool. So
I'm guessing I hear it.
yeah. You'd have to cast the spell, then whisper it because she's unconscious.
Oh yeah, okay, that's
otherwise.
cool. Yeah.
Just whispering to
Let me hear it.
an unconscious body, like trust me.
Yeah, we shouldn't be dead, or she should be on the floor.
Unconscious,
Yeah,
bro.
you're unconscious.
Unconscious.
I mean, unless she's like a coma person where you hear the voices while you're
coma
unconscious.
person.
Coma person.
When you're in a coma, you can still hear
Cat Hell's team.
Coma people.
Those coma people.
I'm here for an award for coma people.
So what happens is the stab happens, Betty flops down, then is healed, and you whisper something, and the guy who stabbed her is like, yeah, that's what you get! As he says that, Boomer is going to run over and, what's that spell he's got? Like chill touch. He's gonna basically like, she was my friend! And like run over and like grab him by the neck and start like strangling him, and he's like chill touch around his neck, so you see this frost kind of, and he's like, "Ah!" And like they are gonna get broken up by the crowd, so there's a bit of a commotion going on there. You're stable now, you're led on the floor.
Yeah,
what are you guys doing?
While I'm invisible, I'm gonna use my mimicry to mimic one of the Arachnaron-E's.
yeah.
And I'm gonna shout, get her out of here! Get that slag out of here! Or whatever it sounds in an Australian accent. And just trying to encourage the crowd to get shouting and, like drag Betty out of the crowd.
So I'd like you to roll persuasion check, please. Do it with advantage. I like that mimicry. Persuasion.
Hang on, let me just double check what it says about the mimicry in here. Oh. Is it in racial stuff? Yeah, it's mimicry. Right. I think it's a deception check, it says here.
Alright, okay.
Mimic sounds you've heard. A creature can tell these sounds are imitations with an insight check performed by your deception check.
Do it with advantage though, right, just because I appreciate the accent.
12.
So you're shouting about getting her out of here, and somebody goes, yeah, get that. I forgot how to do an Australian accent now.
G'day.
Bad A for you, get out of here! And again, some of the guys in the crowd now like, yeah, whoever that random stranger was is totally right, get her out of here now!
While I'm next to her, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's been great on my mushroom patch, and I'm just gonna start dragging her away.
Can I do something else?
Yeah?
How many of the bad guys are still like on the stagey bit?
So because they couldn't move, like the two Cyclops are there, you're now, like it's been about a minute and they're trying to like pull the hellhound's legs and things like that, and they're just kind of like there, like pulling him, like. Wait, sorry. One of them's like, and the other one's like, pull harder. Two different legs, but the dog's kind of like, he's like getting hurt because they're pulling him so hard.
Don't make me feel bad about it. I did something cool.
Sorry, yeah.
The dog's fine.
So they rip the dog apart.
I'm gonna rage quit.
It's a hellhound. You're allowed to feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So is Dexter, but we don't know him.
Was this on a stage?
It was like it wasn't necessarily a
It's like a little
stage.
platform, innit?
I hope what they do is just cut round the feet so he's got like a little like wooden.
Like Wile E. Coyote.
Snowshoes. Who looks scariest out of them all?
Well, Cadrus looks the scariest.
He's kind of already dealt with though, because he's glued to his dog.
Yeah.
Who's second scariest after Cadrus?
Well, it'd be either the two Cyclops, probably them.
And do the Cyclops happen to have their mouths open?
Yeah, they don't really shut their mouths. They're pretty thick. They're
I would like to put some prunes of preoccupation in their mouths whilst I'm still invisible.
What is it?
a prune of preoccupation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So one of them's kind of like pulling at the leg. Roll. Wait, you're invisible, aren't you?
I am invisible, yeah.
I'm gonna say a dexterity check.
Yeah.
Because you're tiny. And they're quite big, so even
Well, I
though
think because they're leaning down trying to get the dog's leg,
Yeah, but they're
they'll
still-
probably be further down.
Yeah. There's, it won't be an ultra difficult DC. I
Okay.
just want to see if you mega fail or not.
So dexterity check.
Check,
Do you want me to do
please.
two, one for each orc?
Have you got enough? Have you got enough
It doesn't
prunes?
stipulate how many prunes I have.
Let's say you've got enough. Yeah. Do one for
I mean, it
each.
says prunes.
It
That
says
would imply
prunes.
it's
Yeah, that would
It
imply
has to be plural.
The first one was 13,
Okay.
and the second one was 5.
Right. The first one definitely makes its way into this Cyclops' mouth.
Okay.
And it sort of like starts to. Sorry.
Remember, it's the left eye one.
What's that? Oh, that tastes so nice. Barry, do you taste that? And Barry over there is kind of like, no, I don't know what he's talking about. Is it the dog? And they're still carrying on pulling. What's the effect of prunes?
Can I
of
try Barry
preoccupation?
again?
How many prunes do you have?
Well, if it didn't go in his mouth, then it's probably on the floor,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like, so
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just put the same one back in his mouth.
Okay, roll another dexterity check.
I thought you would have called the Cyclops' Grant and Phil.
9.
No, same again. No. It just like his tongue. He's a bit thick, Barry, and his tongue's kind of constantly hanging out to the point where like even something trying to be put in his mouth, it kind of like bats it away. So what is the effect of prunes of
Let's try it one more
preoccupation?
time for Barry.
Literally last time, and if you don't get like over 15 at least.
Over 15!
You don't have unlimited prunes and unlimited time
No,
to
it's
do
the
this.
same prune!
Okay, go on.
I need you for
It's got so
something
much
else.
slobber on it now. It's a 1.
You lose the prune.
Yeah.
You eat the prune yourself.
I need some energy. No, it just drops off. It like as you're going to put it in his mouth, his tongue kind of slaps it. And it does go close to your mouth, but just enough to miss. So
Okay.
you don't get pruned.
That's fine. Can I put the prune back in my back?
Yes.
Save for a
So
later.
how many prunes does she have?
I'm gonna say right. Roll a d6 for me, please.
No, because my dice are being really bad.
That's how many prunes you've got left, and I want you to make a note of it as well. Don't
Oh, it's
fucking.
4. Okay.
Right, you've got 4 prunes. Now tell me, what was the effect of the
Oh,
prunes of
he's got violent
preoccupation?
diarrhea within a minute.
Shit on the dog.
Yeah.
All this time, Binks is really trying to be quiet, but she's kind of like.
I think I've done a potential smart, and I need to do something
Okay.
in character.
So we'll get to that in a
Yeah.
second. So as about 40 seconds pass, and then Larry, the Cyclops that did get pruned, he starts to like his belly like.
Oh, when you get the tummy bubbles.
He's like, Barry, I think I need to. He just shits himself to the point where like it echoes around the whole cavern, like the whole kind of city a little bit like, oh, what's that sound? and like it echoes the entire place, and he just kind of lies on the floor, is like, it's like coming out of him like a little sprinkler.
Like Bigfoot's dick.
While using mimicry, I'm going to shout, "These guys are a fucking joke!"
Ooh, okay.
That was the point. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
It also
interesting.
doesn't say how long Larry's gonna shit himself for. Just says causes the violent diarrhea within
And he just dies.
Just dies.
Dehydration.
Why should we be listening to these pricks? Oh, that's terrible.
Right,
Whilst he shot that.
now I want that as a perception. Sorry, a persuasion check. What were you going to do? Sorry, Betty.
I need to kind of
Do it at
get
advantage as well.
Tavis's attention.
Okay, I mean, you're led there, like, under him, basically. You're on the floor.
Okay.
Dragging you, wait.
We need some of the baby eater's skin or hair. Any way possible. Trust me. Can you get a message to Binks? Or to...
Eh?
So what was the persuasion roll?
14.
Right, okay, so you start to hear some muttering, like,
It'll all make sense.
It smell like shit as well. I always go Cockney with my Australian accent.
Yeah.
I think you should run with it. It sounds like the Butcher off of The Boys. reminds
He's
me of it.
supposed to be a British person, isn't he?
Yeah, but he is actually Australian in real life, isn't he?
I thought he was American, right? Carl Urban.
Don't know, I thought he was Australian. He's meant to be British in that, though.
Yeah, it's the worst fucking British accent ever here, isn't it?
So is mine, but I'm also British, so.
Google it. Carl Urban.
So yeah, you hear some muttering
He's
people.
a
New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Smart.
So you hear some muttering, Jin, and there's people around being like, yeah, I just don't know who to trust. I don't even trust myself no more. Well, it fucking stinks out here. We should probably get inside. And there's the kind of the crowd are being a bit like, and they've got so a few of them are walking away. A few of them are like getting out weapons and stuff, being like, are we killing each other? What's going on? So back to Betty and
But
Tavis.
you've like potentially started a revolution just by saying they smell like shit. Boris Johnson smells like shit. Pass it on.
This was Binks' plan all along.
What would be more dexterous, a rat or a spider?
Oh, in answer to your question, by the way, last time you asked what CR Lumpy would be. Well, Lumpy is a bit more specific, but a giant toad is CR1.
I mean, I feel like the spider would fit in better in the spider town.
Okay. After Betty asked me to go get some skin or hair, I am going to cast.
Do you know what I'm thinking about?
I don't.
Ooh,
No.
I love it when I
I'm going to
surprise
cast
you.
conjure animals.
Cool. Okay.
I'm going to summon 8 spiders and ask them to go and get a skin or hair and bring it back from the baby eater.
Okay,
It's
cool.
the main guy.
Cadres.
And again, are you trying to be discreet about casting the spell?
Oh, let's have some fun with this. I'm going to be like, oh no, we've all upset the Gloomweaver. And as I do it, I'm just going to summon it from my chest and be like, 8 spiders just burst out of my chest. And they
Nice.
just land and scurry off.
Nice. Nice.
I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying this elaborate plan to just make the baby eaters look like
It's
dickheads.
literally like 5 different plans all just like converging. Okay, cool. So yeah, these kind of places.
No, small ones will get hair better, won't they?
It'd be just, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna grab my chest.
Okay, cool. So everyone that's kind of, because you made a scene of it as well, everyone around you is a bit like, holy shit, she's back! Praise the Gloomweaver! And they're gonna kind of like start shouting and shit.
I'm just gonna be like on the floor like, ah, no! And then I'm gonna do wild shape, have like a spider's hand come out of me and turn into a giant spider.
Fucking hell!
And I'm just gonna get Betty and be like, and just like weave it up and then just scuttle off with her.
And that is what you call a
Holy
distraction.
shit! Holy shit! And Boomas just stood there like, what the fuck's going on? Where are my friends? Where's she taking my friend? Boomer's going to start running after you as the spiders kind of go all the way up and all the way through the crowd, and they're in a bit of like bemusement and a bit like awe, to be honest. I'm like, she's back, and few of them are going to go up to Cadrus. He's still glued in his place to the top of this hellhound, and he's like, what are these things? And he's kind of like swiping at these spiders and all this kind of shit, but he can't get off this dog, and so they're easily going to be able to get some hair from his head. Yes! Like there's enough of them.
That's
one on his face. He hits it across, and as he's hitting the front one, the one at the back just round his head and pulls a little bit of skin and scalp away with it, and off.
How much did we get?
Like literally a tuft of hair and some scalp on there.
And some scalp.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Because most of Cadrus is armoured, there's only actually his head and neck that is unarmoured anyway. So
tuft of hair and a piece of scalp.
So some people are now in the kind of like vicinity of that central square, being a bit like, oh God, she's back. She's back. We need to go home and clean up the webs and all that shit. Like, she's back. We need to get offerings. We need to get offerings now. And they start running away.
I'm going to get onto like the nearest rock as well, just got away and be like. And then
Screenshot that one,
yeah. Cool. So Booma's still following you. Basically, he's quite speedy, so he's able to keep up with you and run along. Do you know where you're going?
We're just trying to get off the way.
Just trying to find somewhere discreet, basically.
Yeah, well, I know Booma's following me, so I'll try and find a spot where we're like obscured.
Yeah. Cool. Binks, what are you doing whilst that happens?
Been abandoned by all my mates, seemingly. So
you're invisible.
You didn't even tell anyone what you do. You just went, I go invisible.
Well,
I had shit to do.
If you return to the part where those guys were, you can't see anyone because Jin is also still invisible. So you're just kind of like in the bit.
I don't think there's much more I should do with the baby eaters, because I feel like I'm going to get myself into a battle that I can't win if I try anything else.
Yeah, Larry's still shitting himself.
Yeah. What do you think about me just trying putting like a prune in Barry's mouth?
The unlimited prune cheat, you've hit it.
That's Skyrim cheat. You go back to the drawer. Yeah. You get more money every time.
If you just keep spitting it out, then there's still a prune there, isn't there? No, that's fine. I'm going to head back to where these guys were.
Okay, cool.
I used to think about when you try and give like a cat a tablet and it just goes bleh every single time.
And you like, do this with them, and you see them go.
They stick out the side of their mouth.
And you open their mouth and you're like, where the fuck was it? Crush it up and mix it in with some butter. Works every time.
Butter, yeah. Maybe that's what you need to do with Barry.
Yeah. I haven't got any butter on me.
Rubbing his throat.
What's going on?
Cool. So, Jin, what are you up to?
Well, I'm still invisible, aren't I? I'm probably just gonna notice what Tavis did and just run after him.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Is that Betty?
Yeah, that's from back when.
Back over
Oh, back Betty.
with a massive tits.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to say.
My passion.
I'm going to say, Binks, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Well, she got bigger guns on her left arm. She left-handed.
So wanking arm.
Yeah, I mean that's the breadstick arm
10.
that she uses to swing the breadstick with.
10.
That's just the muffin arm.
Okay.
Muffins are a lot lighter than breadstick axes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, the air in them and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yes. You are, with a 10, you're perceptive enough to know that there was just a commotion here that was big, and there's people around being like, yeah, fuck off, spider! Like, biggest I've ever seen! Went that way! And points quite clearly in the direction, and everyone else is agreeing with them, so it's not very hard to...
Okay, cool.
It's like an obvious crime scene
I
here,
will
basically.
follow where people are pointing.
Okay, cool.
So I'm assuming I would take an educated guess that was probably Tavis.
Yeah.
Doing some stupid shit.
Yeah, some massive animal pops up out of nowhere, and you're like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. Jin, what are you going to do in this time?
Yeah, just trying to track wherever Tavis took Betty.
Okay, cool. So, as you guys, I'm going to say that Tavis and Betty, as a little cocoon, find a little alleyway. Now, again, this place doesn't really work as like a grid type city. It's all kind of like the streets are curved, the houses are sort of like some of them do look like I guess like you'd call them things like beehives or wasps' nests or whatever, but they're not. It's just fibrous material crafted into like cylindrical buildings and things like that. The architecture's still quite nice because it's drow, but it's made from like earth and materials. So it's not that you find like a little alleyway, but there's one point where you kind of realise there's no one around. You're guarded by some buildings, and so you are now safe.
Okay, I'm gonna like lay Betty down and cut her out of my web.
As you're doing it, Boomer pops around the corner and he looks at you and you're kind of releasing Betty and he says, Alethea, Gloomweaver, I didn't think I'd ever see you.
I'm just gonna bow to him.
Oh my god. Oh gosh. I've got offerings, I've got things. Stay there. And he starts to kind of run off into a little direction.
I'm gonna just like poke Betty and be like,
like Muttley or something.
Oh god.
I could just cleaning his little fangs like.
what I look like as well.
Nice.
That is disgusting.
Cool. So, Jin and Binks, you guys aren't going to take long to catch up. This, how big is the giant spider? Is it like? I'm sorry, Kat.
It's okay.
Like,
I'm not.
how big is the giant arachnid?
It's fine. It's teamwork. It's all good.
That's fucking teamwork.
I'll Google it now.
Have a quick Google.
I'm really, really proud of myself, and I really want to keep my idea a secret, but I really want to tell everyone.
Keep it
I'm
secret.
so proud of myself.
So you guys catch up, like I say, and you spot a soon-to-be-determined size spider there above Betty.
Height or length is between 8 foot and 16 foot.
Whoa, it's a big, big spider then.
Fucking spider.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna go 16 foot.
Yeah, why not? Cool. What do you guys want to do?
Binks is still invisible, but she's going to be like, Spider, please tap your front feet if you're Tavis.
She's gonna be like,
Oh, thank God.
Tap shoes, yeah.
How do I become uninvisible?
You can. It's just an action.
You can just an action.
Oh, right,
dispel the.
Okay,
dispel.
in which case I'll dispel.
Yeah, dispel.
Undispel.
Yeah. Cool. Like a magic trick, Jin appears out of nowhere. Binks, what are you doing? Are you staying?
For now.
Oh, you're staying invisible. You just spoke to him, and you were out of nowhere. You were just like a voice.
But he knows what my voice sounds like,
Yeah.
so he'd know it was me.
Yeah. I guess
it's
by
our
this
Binks.
point, we expect weird shit. So
Yeah.
if you hear Binks' voice, it's normal, really.
If people are listening to this not expecting weird shit, then they haven't listened hard enough.
Yeah.
you need to listen harder.
So, if you guys catch any conversations of people kind of walking by buildings and shit like that, you're gonna find out that as a town, they've decided to leave it one day till they make a decision if they're gonna side with Deducta or not. So tomorrow morning is when they send a message, basically, of whatever their allegiance is gonna be.
Can I try and fuck with a couple of people that are walking past?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. What do you
I'm
want to
not
do?
going to do the accent because my Australian accent's really bad. But I want to just be saying little things while still invisible.
So I'll give you advantage if you do try the accent.
Come on.
That goes for any. I gave it to
Fuck, I
Jin.
can't do an Australian accent as a spider.
Can you?
She's going to walk.
I think all spiders should have an Australian accent by default, really.
That's what the best ones are, isn't it?
She's going to walk behind people. She basically just wants to talk a load of smack about what's he called, the big dude. I wrote him down as big bad. Cadris. To try and convince people not to go with him. So she's going to be like, oh, I heard that Cadris still breastfeeds. She's just going to make up really weird shit about him. Not weird enough that people are going to be like, that's obviously not true.
That was a great accent.
Yeah. Cool. So roll me I'll let you choose deception or persuasion with advantage, please.
Oh, they're both the same, so it doesn't matter. They were both bad rolls. 11.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So the message kind of makes its way about. It's too quick to tell whether anyone is receptive to it or not.
Yeah. She would just
but
every
they
now and
heard
again
it.
when people walk past, she's just going to say like something slightly different, you know, like that he doesn't like puppies or something like just like really vague stuff, but that people would be like,
Oh yeah.
what?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Can I sneak off with my little spider minions for a little bit?
Yeah.
And,
Where do you want to
Are
go?
you taking me with you?
Cheers, love. No, I'm not going to take you with me.
I have my
And just
spider
like, what?
Can I have my spidery tufts of hair?
Oh yeah, I gave you them. Yeah, this little spider comes up to you. He's like, drops
Spits them
it,
out at you.
Ew.
and then it's like fangs go.
That's disgusting.
I'm just gonna like kind of like climb up the side of like one of the like an opening sort of thing, but kind of stealthily do it, and start spinning a web.
Okay.
But in the web, I'd like it to say, "Cadra's still breastfeeding." No, I'm joking. In the web, I would like to say, "Believe in the Gloom Weaver."
Okay. Cool. Nice. I'll let you do that. What else are you guys doing? What do you want to do for some time?
I'm not going to do myself in. I don't know how to spell.
Can Binks direct him? Like, she'd be like,
I want him to spell it wrong.
Yes, and also, he does not know how to spell at all. He doesn't know how to write.
But she can direct him like the shapes,
So what would you like to direct him to write?
like the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you get to choose what.
Oh, I get to choose. I want it to say Cadra's still
So afterwards, it takes you a good like 5-10 minutes to do this, and like a few people, it kind of gathers a bit of a crowd, and like a few people are like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, was the silk not black?" Oh, and you are telling him the message reads, like believe in the Gloomweaver.
Yeah.
And then as anyone else looks at it, it just says Cadra still titty feeds.
Yeah. And when it happens, it finishes. I'm going to get down, climb on like the tallest building, and be like,
Don't shake your ass a little bit.
yeah.
Cool. So Boomer is going to return and find you again, and he's going to kind of also look at this silk and be a bit like, "Oh, it looks different to how the books describe it. What's going on here?"
Boomer, don't freak out, I'm invisible. It's not the Gloomweaver, it's Tavis. We were just trying to create a distraction.
Oh, new critter friend.
Oh, he doesn't look like that all the time. It's just Tavis, you know, the big guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just changes into stuff
Oh,
sometimes.
right. Oh, is the Gloomweaver not? Is she not coming?
We don't know. Hopefully.
Oh, shit.
What did he give me?
Well, that's what he's going to bring up next to Binks and say, "Oh, well, I was going to give you some rocks, but they're a bit too heavy. So,
It's okay, you keep them for when the time's right. Maybe she will come back one day.
yeah. Have you heard the town's they're gonna decide tonight if they're going with the deductor or not?
Yeah, we need
I don't
them
know.
to not, because they're not very good people.
I don't know what to do. I'm a bit of a pacifist myself, so I don't really
If
fancy
you
war.
stand for nothing, Boomer, what do you fight for?
Rocks.
Just think those baby eaters might destroy all your rocks.
Betty says from the floor. Whilst necking a potion, just FYI.
I've still got health, like
Not really.
18 health. It's still
16.
alive. Oh, was it 16?
Yeah, but she is going to take a potion if that's okay.
Okay,
while
yeah.
everyone's chatting about this.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
look in.
You have to take a stand for something.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't know what. I just, more family. Family, that's hard to say in Australian.
Family.
More family. They sided with Deducta a long time ago, and that didn't do them any good. So
No, exactly. They eat babies.
yeah, Hey, listen. Do you guys still want to see my rocks?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna revert back to Tavis at this point.
Okay, cool.
And be like,
Wow. The whole crew together.
hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm actually quite happy to see you not the Gloomweaver. Because, she tends to eat people. So, yeah, that's quite nice. Anywho, should we go and... I've got a cool collection to show you. So you guys are progressing to Booma's residence?
Yeah.
It's boudoir.
Does my half speed affect me in this out of combat role playing situation?
No. Because we're in roleplay, it's like basically you're gonna go at a casual pace anyway to his house.
You're just slower.
So, as I've said, a lot of the architecture of Rack is quite elegant, actually, even though the materials are rudimentary and basic. Clearly it has that drow touch of class and like gothic realism. And some of the houses are big as well. Like you see people in and out of houses, you see people as you're walking through the streets, people are discussing like about, Deducta and the offer and things like that. And eventually you kind of get to the outskirts of the town, close to the edge of the cavern, up near a rock wall, and the houses at this part are turning into kind of like smaller, like shack type things, and then Booma's house itself is kind of just a hole in a rock, basically. It doesn't really look like he's part of the town, but he does have neighbours, because there is other rocks next. I had to slip it in there.
Did you
somewhere.
not get that, Cat?
Neighbours, like the Australian show.
No.
Anyway,
Oh.
so there are rocks next to his neighbours. One neighbour in particular, who's kind of like sat out on a little chair in front of his rock, and he's like, "Hey, Booma! Yeah. Did you hear about the offer? Yeah, what you gonna do, Booma?" And Booma's like, "I don't really know, so I'm just gonna show my friends some rocks and just, I guess, think about it, mate. Don't know. What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Oh, mate, Booma. I like a touch of evil. Yeah, I'm thinking of siding with him, personally. Yeah."
Can I whisper in his ear? I think you should do that.
Well, who fucks in there?
It's your conscience.
My conch shell. Well, all right then. That sounds convincing to me. Oh, I'm not going to side with it. No one.
Has this just turned into an episode of Big Al?
Oh wow, conscience! You really convinced me there. Thanks.
You're giving me Hitcher vibes.
You're doing a great job.
And and then Boomer's like, "Right, come on, inside. Got loads of rocks to show you." So you guys go into Boomer's house. Like I say, this is a pretty small place, actually. Maybe like 10-15 feet by another 10-15 feet. Very small house. And he kind of makes you guys at home, makes you a little drink, and it's just like a little mushroom tea thing. And he's kind of saying like, "Yeah, get comfy. There's a little chair over there, another chair next to it, and a table. Yeah, I don't have a lot, so."
I like what you've got here, Boomer. It's a very good setup.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Where's the rocks? I'm very interested in the rocks. Yeah.
And so he's going to go over to a little chest in the corner of the room and start to kind of open it up and start to kind of like rummage through these rocks. And as he's doing it, there's a little knock on his door, and he's like, "Oh!"
I thought you just dropped the rock.
He dropped it and it bounced perfectly 3 times. Get over, you little pebble. Gets in there, and he's going to go to the door. And
When he goes to the door,
yeah,
I would like to use detect magic on the rocks and well, have a look around the room basically.
Yeah.
He's giving me PR sus vibes, and I feel like we should have been more sus at the start, you know.
He's lovely and he's beautiful.
So,
therefore sus.
So as he's walking towards the door, you get a strong vibe of magic. You get a little bit of magic from himself. Which is based around evocation magic, but you know he's a sorcerer anyway. Well, sorry, you didn't know his class, but
maybe he was a magic person.
you know, he did some spells, so you know he casts spells, and the chest that he's been going to for the rocks, incredibly magical inside there. So not the chest itself, but inside the chest, and you're getting a whole variety of different magics here. It's like you pick and mix of magic, basically.
When he's at the door, can I quickly try and scoot through to see if there's an Nekia shard in here?
So, yes. Go ahead and roll a investigation check for me.
Imagine if he found it by accident and just thought it was a special rock.
Because we know it's down here, don't we?
So, what was your roll?
Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Motherfucker.
It's something specific.
14.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to say that there's a lot of rocks in there. All different shapes, all different sizes.
But I know what a Nekia shard looks like, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, we have seen one, haven't we?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that it won't be easy to immediately find.
Right, okay, cool.
So you know what it looks like. And at the door, the guy... You're still rummaging in the box, and there's a guy at the door, and he's like, "Oh, Zach, didn't expect to see you here. Not after you stabbed my new friend." It's the guy that stabbed you, Betty.